going on, everyone? So tomorrow is going to tell us a lot about the Lakers and this potential offseason. So tomorrow is the day that Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba's contracts become guaranteed. So two things are going to happen tomorrow. Either A, the Lakers are going to waive both of them and non-guarantee their contracts, which then in return they could re-sign them to new contracts, or they're going to opt them in and make their contracts fully guaranteed. And then that's going to tell us a lot, because the only real reason that they would do that is either A, they have a trade in mind and they value those contracts as tradable chips to go get a piece or two, or B, they see them, they already have a deal on the table and they see them as like, okay, we need these two guys to get this deal done. Those are the only real reasons that they would keep Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley at the price that they're at. Because the alternative is you would waive both of them and then you re-sign Mo Bamba to like, whatever, 2 years, $10 million as opposed to 1 year, $10 million, and sign Malik Beasley, 1 year, $10 million, or 2 years, $20 million as opposed to, 1 year, $16.5 million. So based on what the outcome is tomorrow, we would really have a good understanding of how things are going to work and shape up. Because if they end up getting bought out, then the Lakers could potentially clear $17 million in cap space if they don't bring D'Lo back. Now, if they don't, then they're operating as an above the cap team, and then that's how we're going to see this approach. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these two, I expect them to get waived regardless, unless they have a trade lined up. If they have a trade already ready to go, or an idea of a trade already ready to go, then I think that they keep them. If they keep them at the salary that they're at, fully expect a trade. If they don't, then we know that they're probably not making any big trades or any big moves, unless maybe a sign and trade with D'Lo. But in reality, they're probably not making any trades with these two guys to go get another piece or two. Now, as far as re-signing these two, Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba make a lot of sense. But we'll talk about Malik Beasley first. Malik Beasley is by far the best shooter on the Lakers. Problem is, he is a very streaky shooter, and he is one of those guys that he's either lights out and can't miss, or he just can't find the bottom of the net to save his life. And we kind of had him on the back half of that. The also issue is he's very limited when he's not hot, right? He's not like super talented at exploding and getting to the rim. Like, he can get to the rim. We saw him do that. We saw him even step in a few times, create his own shot, pull up from the mid-range. But he is more of a spot-up, like, knockdown shooter. And when he is on, this is a guy that can give you 5 to 10 threes a game, like literally. He had games for the Lakers where he made, he had a game where he made like 11 or something, or 10, whatever, or 8, somewhere in that ballpark, right? So this is a guy that when he's on and he's hot, like, good luck. You're not touching this guy. But it's the defense that is a problem. It is the lack of consistency. If he can get to being consistent, and I'm not saying he has to consistently knock down 8 threes a game. Can he give us like 3 or 4 a game? Like every single night? Like clockwork, consistent. I mean, obviously he's going to have that night where he makes 8, and he's going to have that night where he makes none, right? But over the course of a full season, can he essentially be, instead of like you get 10 games where he's giving you 7 to 8 threes, and then you have 10 games where he's giving you 1, right? Can he be in the middle? Can he be a guy that'll give you 3 to 4 threes consistently on any given night? If that can happen, then he's huge for the Lakers. Huge for the Lakers, right? Then at that point, now you just need like one more quality shooter, and you may end up being one of the better three-point shooting teams in the league, right? Because he's that dynamic when he is on. It's just the lack of consistency. That's why he's basically been a journeyman, because he can't find a consistent groove. That consistency is key. And then as far as Mo Bamba, no, he's raw. He's a project. He can't really stay healthy, right? There's a lot of concerns with Mo Bamba. I know a lot of people really want the Lakers sign Mo Bamba, lock him in, don't let him go. This guy is the guy, right? He's young, 25 years old. But there are a lot of issues with Mo Bamba. Again, injury prone. I mean, he played, a handful of games for the Lakers, if that, because he got injured. And then when he was about to come back, ended up getting injured again, right? On top of that, again, he's very raw. He's not disciplined whatsoever on the defensive end, which leads to him getting in heavy foul trouble. The guy averages like 3 fouls per 9 minutes. That means he's averaging a foul basically every 3 minutes he's on the court, which that leads to free throws, which leads to problems, which leads to him sitting on the bench, which, again, he lacks a lot of things. There's character issues about Mo Bamba. There's a lot of question marks about Mo Bamba. He is a guy that has a world of upside. He has a cartoonish level wingspan. It's like 7'10" or something crazy like that. Like, this is a guy that is a good help defender. He can block shots. He can spread the floor. He is everything, the idea of Mo Bamba is everything that you want from a modern NBA 5. A guy that can spread the floor and hit efficiently. He's 40% from 3. That's a guy that can knock down the 3 ball. And then on top of that, defend the paint on the other side. Like, Mo Bamba on paper is everything you could want and the best NBA big in the league if he is able to lock in discipline and get to what he wants. Problem is, he's none of those things, right? He's not disciplined. He loses focus at times. He can be inconsistent at times. He needs to find that groove. If he can find that, then there's value. I don't mind the Lakers keeping him, right? But it needs to be understood. Like, the Lakers need to go get another big man. You can keep Mo Bamba, that's fine, but you need to go get a veteran-style big man, somebody that you can trust in the big moments. Like, if Mo Bamba is the guy that you want to spend the next 2 years growing and developing and trying to get him to be that consistent starting-level center going forward, then fine. I am all for that without a doubt. But it's going to take a couple of years. I'm not saying he can't play, right? He could come in and provide you 10 minutes a game or something like that. Maybe even on occasion play alongside Anthony Davis over the course of the regular season. Like, I'm not saying don't play him at all, just sit him on the bench, develop him. No, he needs to get some burn if he's going to grow and develop. But he's not the guy that you should be counting on to be either your starting center or your backup center to Anthony Davis. Like, that's just not, you're not having great success with him at the center spot. I would love it. Maybe this offseason he makes some adjustments, he makes some changes, and maybe he gets to be that guy. But I wouldn't hold my breath. There's a reason the Lakers got him for literally peanuts. The Orlando Magic just gave him away. We traded a second-round pick for him. Like, it's not like we traded a bunch of assets. No, it was literally, Patrick Beverley and a second-round pick from Mo Bamba. A 24-year-old 3-and-D center that was averaging like 2.5 blocks per game and shooting 40% from 3. Why in the world would you just give that up for a second-round pick? Because he had locker room issues, character issues, he's inconsistent, everything that I've mentioned, right? That's why they were willing to let him go. They were like, hey, he can be your problem now. He was suspended when we traded for him, right? So, for fighting. So, again, I love Mo Bamba. Concerns and questions about him. He's definitely a guy that needs some development. But in general, look, the Lakers waive them and bring them back on a smaller deal. I am all for that. Bring them on. Especially Malik Beasley. I would like them to keep Malik Beasley. Like, if you can upgrade Malik Beasley, then sure, of course, right? I've talked about trading him for Buddy Hield, right? That I love. But if there's no real options and the best option is just to bring him back, bring him back. Again, because his upside for what he could do on this Lakers team is, we don't have anybody else on the roster that can do that. A guy that on any given night can knock down and go off for 20 just solely on threes is massive, right? And that's what he provides. So I like the idea of Malik Beasley. Mo Bamba, I don't mind it. I'm personally, this is just me, I'm really high on Colin Castleton. I think if you're going to bring any big in and use him as the development big that's going to get 10 minutes of time, I would rather have Colin Castleton. I think Colin Castleton has the potential to be like a Marc Gasol type player. A guy that can do everything, can defend, he's not really a big 3-ball threat yet, but who knows? You could develop him. He's got a good mid-range. You can knock it down. He has hit some threes. This is a guy that can pass out of the post. He's got a good game. Like, he's got good size, right? Like, he's, 6'11", 240, something like that, 260. So, I don't know. I kind of lean towards him. But if you bring Mo Bamba back, I'm not, like, against it. Like, I wouldn't be like, what are you doing? Like, I can't believe you did that. But do they find a trade, right? Does Rob Pelinka have something in the works to which these two guys are gone? That could be a real possibility as well. Lakers definitely have options. There's definitely, we're going to know a lot tomorrow. We're going to see a lot tomorrow about these two. Because, again, if they opt in or if they keep them at the salaries they are at, then they're probably going to move them. They probably have a trade either in the works or an idea that they're going to be able to get a trade done. If they don't, then that opens the door for all kinds of things salary-wise. So anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you want them to keep Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley? Do you want them to just keep Malik Beasley, just keep Mo Bamba? Should they keep them at the salary that they're at? Because again, those are tradable. That's $26 million and almost $27 million in tradable salary with the 125% rule. That gets you to like 30 to 32 million, somewhere in that ballpark, right? So I mean, that's valuable there. That gives you some real flexibility for a potential trade. So there is an argument to actually keep them. But we'll see. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments.